Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
We up in here. Are you up in here? Come on in. As you come, say hello. Let us know that you're in the building so we can say hi back to you.
Hey. We see people coming in. Also, make sure when you come in, hit that share button. Share, even if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, hit share so other people can take.
Be a good friend.
Yes, be a good friend, good family member.
Yeah, share this thing.
Good spouse, good
Let
sibling, whatever, right? Share it.
Vital information about
And also, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, hit that thumbs up button. You hit the like button. YouTube knows to show it to more people. They know that it's relevant. We want more people to be able to see this content. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for participating. We appreciate it.
Hey, Veronica. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Miss Congeniality.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
Come in. Say hello. Tell us where you're from. Hit share. We see y'all coming in. Happy to have you guys. This is going to be a good one. A very, very, very good conversation that you guys don't want to miss.
So for those of you who have no idea in the world who we are, hi, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Ty. Hello. We are from hisandhermoney.com.
Where we teach you how to take dominion over your money and your life. What's up to everybody that is jumping on the broadcast right now? Make sure you got something to write this stuff down with, man, because we took our time to really make sure that we could add value to you on this evening because we want you to win. Yep. We want you to be in a better place next year this time than you are right now. No matter, things might be going swell, but our goal is to always help you guys elevate to a brand new level that you have not experienced before.
And we are not just like bringing this to you guys just off the top of our heads. We really thought about some of the things that we personally had to do to change our mindset in order to be where we are currently today. And so we're going to be sharing with you all everything that you all hear us share with you in this particular live episode is things that we currently do now or that we've done to apply to our everyday lives to better our lives.
Yes, like the great psalmist Christopher Wallace said, it was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
The title. Maybe they do see the title since they're watching it, but we're going to be talking about 7 steps.
7 steps. There you go.
The Millionaire Mindset.
Right up in here.
Yes. But we do want to say thank you to this live video sponsor, our partners over at Legal and General America, LGA. If you do not have your term life insurance in place, go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. You can get a free quote. You can do it right there online. You can go through the entire application process, or you could just get a quote. No obligation, no pressure, know where you stand. But you guys, please make sure that you are insured. You all always hear us bring this to you guys because it's that important. It means a lot to us. And it is also a wealth building strategy. So we want to make sure that everybody has life insurance in place. So go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. The links will also be in the description box below. So
guys, it was all a dream. Back in the day, just like everybody else, I had thoughts. You tell me if you did, because I know your mindset was you were like a money management mindset. And I was like a big, I want to be rich right now mindset. And really the only ideas or pathways that I saw at that time was sports and music, right? Because that's the more prevailing instances that we're given.
Because when you're young, I mean, even like our kids sometimes, I remember our son when he really started getting into like basketball and things like that. You think all the basketball players, they're the ones that have the real wealth, right? So you probably thought that at some point in your life that you had to be a celebrity, like you said, an actor or sports.
Yeah, I was really big into hip hop and, they had the jewelry, they had the cars. And I was like, man, one day, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be rich. And I used to even watch that TV show way back in the day. It was reruns, but it used to come on every now and then. The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yes,
with
I did too.
Robin Leach.
Yes.
Robin Leach. And they eating caviar and all that type of stuff with the yachts and all that. And quite frankly, it always seemed unattainable. It always seemed far-fetched, when you saw it in that context, because there weren't these practical examples of everyday people that were making this happen.
That's so true. And so we're super excited, you guys, to be sharing these 7 steps. And we're coming to you all on a Saturday evening. And so happy to have a lot of you all on here. A lot of you guys also sharing as well, too. Super, super excited about that. So, yeah, let's dive in.
Okay. So we know that you all probably have at one point or currently those types of thoughts. And guess what? Here's the truth. It's a whole lot of people from a whole lot of career paths that have achieved millionaire status. We are not entertainers. We are not musicians. We are not athletes. And by the Lord's grace, we've been able to attain millionaire status. Why do we say that? Just so you can know that you can do it too.
I'm always very intrigued by other people's story, like just random people that, again, don't have those type of careers that are obvious with the $1 million contracts and multi-million-dollar contracts and things like that. But just, your typical janitor or a typical waiter or waitress, like whatever, a manager or whatever the case may be. Like there are people out here that are literally putting the things in place in order to achieve that status, and they're doing it every day. I remember when I was working in a department store, that's actually one of the ways of how I paid myself and put myself through college completely debt free. But I remember, I was probably like 19 years old, and I would see women, because I worked in a makeup department, and I would see women that worked in the makeup department. I'm talking about for years. Like you talk to them, they say, oh yeah, I've been working here for 20 plus years, 25 years. I mean, years. And like some of them are still there to this very day. And I remember having the thought like, man, I'm sure I wasn't married at the time. I didn't have children at the time. And I'm like, wow, like working at a makeup counter in a department store, they have responsibilities. They're married, they have children, they have mortgages. I didn't have a mortgage at the time and stuff like that. They have real responsibility, and they're making it happen on this type of income. I remember having those thoughts and like, wow, they must be doing something right now. Granted, they could have a spouse or something like that or whatnot that may have a different career, but it doesn't matter. There are people that work in these average jobs that sometimes you may overlook and automatically assume that they're not bringing in good money, or that they're not investing or have real estate and different things like that, or that they've even achieved millionaire status. A lot of them have. And so I'm always intrigued by those stories. And that's one of the reasons why we share our stories so much. We tend to be private people, but we don't mind putting ourselves out there to show other people, hey, you can do this too. Really quick, I did see someone mention, I think his name was Jackie. He said, do you recommend spouses get joint or separate term life insurance? And the reason why I'm pausing this is because I don't want Jackie to leave, because it's this important. Some of you all may have that question as well too. If you are married, each one of you should have your own individual life insurance policies. Talent has his own. I have my own. That's so very important. You don't want to put it on the one spouse that may be necessarily like working a 9 to 5 or working outside of the home and just put it on them. No, you want to put it on, I don't care if you're a stay-at-home parent. I had my term life insurance in place, especially while I was at home with our children. It's so important. The rule of thumb is at least 7 to 10 times your annual salary. Now, if you're not bringing in an annual salary, look at some of the things that you do and try to come up with a number. So at one point in time, I was, again, a stay-at-home mom. So I looked at everything that I did inside of the home and outside of the home, inside and outside. And I was able to kind of figure out a number after, of course, we talked about it. But definitely make sure that you have your own life insurance policy in place. If you are in need of your life insurance policy, go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. Check out our partners, Legal and General America. They do provide term life insurance, and they also have a 40-year term life insurance. So I just want to make sure we pause for that, because I think that's important.
But so now do us a favor real quick. Hit the thumbs up. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, that tells the algorithms that this video should be shown to other people. So the best way you can help us out right now is to hit that thumbs up and to hit the share button so that other people can get this information, because we want to help them as well as we want to help you. So we're talking about the millionaire mindset. The opposite of that is the poverty mindset. And somebody, I think his name is Harvey or Harry Ace. He said something I can identify with. He said, when I was in the military, I had on all this jewelry, but I was broke. And I was the same way.
Oh, you had a lot of jewelry.
Because I was in the military. I was in the military. I was a young man when Cash Money Records was just coming on the scene, taking over the 99 in the 2000, right?
Y'all.
So I had all the jewelry. I had on the bling bling.
Whoa.
I had icy watches and bracelets and rings.
I hated it.
But you still married me.
He would pick me up sometimes from my house, and I'm like, why do you have on this big bulky chain? And it had like a medallion in the middle.
The chain hang low.
Fake diamonds and stuff. I was like, that's not me. Like, it was never my thing. But he can relate to it. It was his thing. And he doesn't wear that now.
Bling, bling.
He doesn't.
Every time I come around your city.
That's where all his money was going, y'all.
And I was broke.
Well, I was being diligent and disciplined. He was like,
I was
spending
broke.
on the chains.
I was like this. Rings on everything. just a fool, a mess, right?
Oh,
because my mindset was messed up. I thought that the stuff, not the net worth, I thought that the stuff is what gave me the pointed me in the direction of wealth. And if I look like it, even though I didn't have it, at least I could pretend that, because what you're really saying to yourself is I can never really do it. So let me fake it.
Let me just feel it temporarily.
Let me just fake it.
Yeah.
Let me act like I got what I don't. And so we don't want that for you moving forward. We've been graduated from that.
But a lot of times people are doing it because they lack awareness or acceptance of themselves. Maybe they are depressed or just in need of Christ. Or it's just various reasons of why people tend to turn to material things to make them feel like they've arrived. Yeah. Sometimes it's to impress family and friends. You don't really, you want to keep this facade. You don't really want people to know really where you stand. So there are real issues out there. I don't think we talk about that enough on our show, because our show is not we don't really talk about the mental side, the psychology side per se, but it is important. So we definitely speak to somebody, therapist, your pastor, get counseling. Like, it's so important. You want to make sure that you figure out the reason why you do spend the way you spend, or why you do feel like you have to impress others, or things like that. Like, that's a real issue. I just want to make sure I made that point.
So if you're ready for step number 1, put ones in the comments. Put a 1, put a 1, put a 1. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the 7 steps, because this is the key. Before you can become a millionaire, you have to adapt the mindset of one. What you have between your ears is the most powerful muscle in your whole body. And if you don't rearrange what's going on up here, nothing will take place in your bank accounts, in your investment portfolios. Your financial situation will remain unchanged if you don't start here. So we're about to give you the first step. And the first step to create a millionaire mindset is to believe that you can be a millionaire. Let's start right with belief.
Believe that it's even possible.
Do you even think that it's possible? Because I'm telling you, there was a time where I didn't. I would look at and say, man, I wish I could, but never really have it within myself to think that I actually could become a millionaire. It was just fun to think about it. It was just fun to dream about it. It was just fun to fantasize about it. But I didn't really actually believe that it could be me. Why? Because I wasn't on the football field in the NFL. I wasn't on the Billboard charts making money for shows and record sales. You wasn't married
to Ty McNeely yet?
Not yet. And so I didn't think that it could be me. It was just a nice dream and fantasy to have every now and then.
And see, for me, I always thought the opposite. Even as a little girl, I always knew that was going to be a part of my story. For me, it was always looking at, I know sometimes I do spiritualize things like, but that's just who I am, y'all. I'm a daughter of the Lord, the Most High.
The Lord of the Most High.
But literally in my mind or my thoughts, even as a little girl, I'm like, if the Lord owns all of this, he owns the land, right? The animals that are on the land, all the houses on the hills, like all of it is his, and I'm his child. Like, that's going to be my portion as well, And so it was something that I believed even as a little girl, and I carried even into my adulthood, that I just knew that God was going to favor me in the way that not just so I can just sit and be happy and content just between my 4 walls, but that I can also share it with the world and share with others as well too. So yeah, it was something that I always believed. I believed that I was going to walk in that,
And guess what, girl?
Yeah.
So if you're ready to rearrange that, if you're ready to get step 1 into your heart, type I believe. Type I believe, because this is the first step. If you don't even think this is possible, nothing else that comes after this is even going to work, because you're going to talk yourself out of what needs to happen to get this done.
Did y'all share this? Because I think I see the same amount of people on here. Share this video. Don't just be stingy and get it for yourself.
Be a good friend.
Share, especially while we are live. We may stay on and answer a few questions as well too. So definitely share this so other people can take part in it.
Send a text message to them like, jump on. His and Her Money is live, and they're giving out game number 2. Are you ready for the second step? Because the first step is to believe that you can be a millionaire. I see a lot of people talking about they believe. I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it. You want to take number 2, babe?
Number 2, have a vision for what you want. So I guess maybe I talked about a little bit about that. I always had this vision from a
clear one
child,
at that.
A clear vision.
Not
exactly.
Fuzzy, not vague.
And let me just say this. Sometimes, though, you can have a vision but not necessarily have all the steps on how to get to that end goal, right?
That's all right.
And so that's okay. That's why you have to believe. You also have to have a vision now. In your vision should be also practical steps, spiritual applications as well. But you have to have a vision for how you're going to get there. And some of it may come in due time, right? So we only knew in part. And then as we were obedient to the steps that God gave us and we did what the word of God told us to do, he started to download more things to us, gave us more instructions, right? And so that's very important. You don't have to have the whole entire thing figured out. You don't have to even have the entire plan. I think that's what gets a lot of people in traps, or they make mistakes. They feel like, I'm not going to do it at all because I don't have it all figured out. But there's something that you can do. Even if it's a small part of it, just do it.
Facts. And it's got to be clear.
Yes.
I want to be rich. Ain't a vision.
Please. I want to be a millionaire.
Ain't a vision.
Ain't a vision.
You need to be specific. Yeah. I want $1 million net worth that comprises of 25% stocks, 25% real estate. I want my debt clear. I want to be invested in index funds and crypto. Like, make it plain. The Bible says in Habakkuk 2:22, write the vision and make it plain. It is not vague. It is not just some empty statement. Like, allow yourself, like, get away from distractions, turn your phone over, light a candle, put on some instrumentals, and just think. And just dream. And just imagine. And just say, man, this is what I want my life to look like. Paint a vivid picture, because that is what will guide you. If you just say, I want to be rich, there's nothing. That's not a target.
Yeah.
That's not a target. You got to say, I want to be at this place because I want to be able to give away this much. I want to be able to live the life I want. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to start this business, go into ministry. You need a very clear vision, because guess what? The journey to get there, we're going to get to that later on in the video. The journey to get there ain't going to be easy.
Yep.
So you're going to need something clear to be constantly gazing at within your mind to help you know that the work necessary is actually worth it. You need to have a vision for what you want to have.
Yep.
That's step 2.
Step 3.
Are we ready for step 3 out there? Are y'all is this helping anybody? Is anybody being helped out there? Please let us know. Is anybody being helped? Number 3, have an understanding of where you are currently.
So important.
No more head in the sand.
Yo.
What is your money doing right now? How you looking?
The days of assumptions is over. Like, how much debt do you have? Oh, I have about $50,000. No. You need to literally figure out how much debt that you're in.
$52,347.38.
There you go. All the way down to the penny. It's so important. You don't need to generalize, oh, my credit score is about 600. No, you need to literally know what it is. It's important for you to know exactly where you stand. In the beginning of our marriage, when we finally came together, merged our finances, and we had to figure out how to get out of this consumer debt, that's exactly what we had to do. We had to lay all our cards on the table. We had to figure out, okay, let's see the big picture here. Where do we currently stand? We know our goals. We know where we want to go, but where are we right now currently this day? And that means pulling your bank statements, pulling your credit card statements, pulling your credit reports, calling some of your creditors, some of your family and friends as well, too, because some of y'all owe them, too.
Oh, grandmama and them.
And finding out how much money you owe. What's my credit score? Let me look at my bank accounts. I haven't really looked at that in a long time. Let me see, okay, how am I spending my money? How much of it a month goes towards food? How much of a month goes towards housing? How much of it a month goes towards entertainment? Like, these are so important. Knowing the numbers, again, you all, we tell you guys all the time, treat your household just like a business. We call ours McNeely Incorporated, and that's exactly how we run it.
Go ahead, type your last name and put Incorporated behind it in the comments. Let's start to shift the mindset.
That's right. So we're McNeely Inc. Incorporated, and literally every decision that we make is going to better this corporation, right? And if it doesn't, we boot it out, right? So we don't have to necessarily ask for somebody's permission or their opinion, right? Because we're the CEOs of this particular incorporation. And so run it just like a business. There is no business that you frequent, that you go to, that you shop, that again, that they're not running it tight, that they don't know the number. Let me tell you, that's somebody's whole job, probably an entire team. They know the numbers. They know where they stand. If you don't know where you stand, you're not going to know where you're headed.
Yeah, man. And it's important that
y'all
you
put that there. If you don't know where you currently stand,
good.
I know.
That's good.
You're not going to know where you're headed.
One more time
No,
for the
I'm
people
not.
in the back.
No, I'm not.
One more time for the people in the back.
Don't tap my shoulder.
Yo, I hope y'all shared this. I hope you were good friends.
Come on. I see Trot
I
Inc.
told y'all we was coming with jewels tonight.
Inc. Hargrove Inc. Come on. McGee Inc. I'm telling y'all. Melvin Inc. Y'all have no idea. Tyler and I literally talk to each other like this. Like if there's something that we don't want to, we're like, it don't even matter.
Huh? It don't even matter. This is what matters.
And so that's important. I love it.
Yo, we told y'all to share this, man, because we was coming with it tonight, man. I hope you did. I hope you were a good friend. But it's important that you all don't just go and look at the numbers, but that you organize.
Yes.
So my wife was telling you guys to get in contact with your creditors and whoever you owe, but you need to like put that information down in an organized manner. Were you about to say something?
I was just about to also add into that because this is the part in the break where we also have a little time for this particular video sponsor, Legal and General America. That's also important. Some of you guys don't even know where you currently stand right now as far as life insurance. You're like, oh, I got a policy. Yeah. Oh, my mama took one out on me. Or, oh, I have one through my job. And
that's not how millionaires think.
You don't even know how much it is. Like, or you're very underinsured or you're not insured at all. And some of you guys are very comfortable and you think, okay, I have insurance, but it's not enough. It's so important that you look at that policy. We recommend 7 to 10 times your annual salary. Now, if you come to us, you say, Ty and Tally, okay, I got a quote for 7 to 10 times my salary. It's a little bit higher than I want to pay right now.
It probably won't be, but you can, that's fine.
But if let's just say it is. Don't say, no, I'm not getting any insurance. Get something in place, right? Something in place so your family and friends don't have to take care of the burial and different things that goes on in the household. You all, it's so important. It's just not cute walking around without insurance now. So you have no excuse because you can definitely get a free quote from our partner.
Free, like it's literally not going to cost you anything. At least you'll know how much.
No pressure, no obligation.
They're not going to call you back unless you want them to. You ain't going to ask
for your credit card, none of that. Just go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. The link is on the screen. We'll also put it in the description box as well.
Yeah, stop being ignorant and start operating with.
I love that.
There's not one millionaire that don't have insurance.
Put her thing on the screen.
There's not
Rachel,
one.
I love that. Life insurance, the best love letter to leave your family. Oh my gosh. I've never heard it that way, but I love that. That's absolutely correct.
Facts.
And you're right. There is not one millionaire that does not carry life insurance.
Because they value.
I mean, now we can't say that like this is a definitive answer. I'm sure that there are.
Right. We don't know every millionaire on the planet.
All that, right.
We don't know every millionaire on the planet.
You know, but a lot of them do have life insurance as part of their portfolio, as part of a wealth building strategy, as part of a plan to leave money to the next generation.
So let's move on to step 4. Put the 4 up there. So listen, we first started with believing that we actually could be millionaires. Then we took the time to develop a clear vision about what we actually want. Not just, I want to be rich, not good enough, but we developed a clear vision. Then we took an assessment of where we currently are financially. Those are the first 3 steps. Now we're moving into the 4th step. Now that we have that information about where we want to go, and we have the information about where we are currently, step 4 is to create clear goals. You needed both sets of information because the goals serve as the roadmap to get you from where you are today to where you envision yourself being down the road. This is where it's time to get to work. You know what I mean? You're about to find out if this is really real for you or not. Go back into your comfort zone and continue to live the life that you've been living without creating the legacy that you keep saying. You keep coming to his and her money talking about you want to create. Well, it's time to get to work. Now it's time to set some goals, okay? We're not at that place that we have in our vision today, but that's okay. We right where we need to be to get started. Best time to invest was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. So now it's time to invest in a plan of attack, and that starts with goals. Okay.
I want to shout out we have a pro member on here, Delando Dyer, the Dyer family.
What up, Dyers?
Hey, y'all.
We appreciate y'all to the fullest, man.
Yes.
And so now you need goals. And goals, again, we don't do vague stuff. That's not the pathway to wealth. We are not able to get the job done by being vague. Your goals need to be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. We have a whole video on that somewhere on the internet. Just type it, his and her money, SMART goals, and it'll come up.
Yep.
All right. We don't have to break that down right here, right now, but you need to make sure that your goals are smart, because here's why you need to do that. Because the research says two things. People that write down their goals double their chances of achieving their goals. People that write down their goals in SMART format, double. So you enhance your ability to actually achieve your goals by taking the time to write them down. And then you double the chance again by writing them down in SMART format. We giving y'all the game. Yep. We're telling y'all what we did. You are now going to be held liable for what you know. Your grandkids are going to ask, why you ain't listening to Talent and Ty? Why? They told y'all what to do 20 years ago. Grandma, grandpa, why you ain't listen?
You on the roll.
Step 4.
20 years. I love it.
It's to set
That's
the
right.
doggone goals.
Step 5 is to dedicate yourself to self-education. You guys
know. Sookie, wait. You talking about I'm going to have to take some time away from the house in that city? And I'm going to have to read a book.
You always got to do the
okay, I can do it. Or you're going to have to turn off the NFL on a few Sundays.
Like, make this
and
equal.
you're going to have to dedicate yourself to learning. Instead of watching the millionaires on the TV, you're going to have to learn how to make yourself a millionaire.
Instead of scrolling social media.
Ooh,
right?
Now you're messing with folks
at other
now.
People's lives.
Now you're messing with folks. And most of them lying. Okay, let me stop.
Instead, better your life.
Instagram ain't telling the truth.
No. It's not. Some people, but not all. So self-education, you guys, that currently still plays a vital role in our journey. Currently now, we're always learning. So much so to the point where we're like, okay, sometimes it's okay to turn off the educational stuff, right? And just watch something for fun or consume something, read something for fun. So we have to literally tell ourselves that, because if not, Talent and I will constantly be on personal development type stuff, business type stuff, spiritual stuff, like all the time. We're always trying to better ourselves or trying to grow in an area that we don't really quite understand, or even sometimes we do understand it, but we just want to consume more information. So self-education, that played a vital part in our journey, and that's something that you're going to have to do as well too. Listening to the His and Her Money Show is education.
Come on, man. This is the information age.
Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not.
Hit that subscribe button. Why you listen? Hit the subscribe button. We give game all the time. If this your first time, or if this not your first time and you haven't subscribed, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Somebody said, I'm about to leave social media for 30 days. I wish that we could do that. We can't. Our business is social media, but y'all,
I'd be out of there
you get tired of it, but it's a part of your business. There are people that are counting on you, and they need that information. So for some people, it does play a vital part of their career, their business, their livelihood. So we understand that, but we're talking about making sure that you also set some time aside to educate yourself and learn and grow in this area.
Educate yourself. This is the land of information. You are without excuse, right? We got affordable. Our education is affordable. You can go to hisandhermoneypro.com right now.
Yes.
It is cheap, and you got access to us.
Yep.
You got access to our courses. Yep. Stop playing. You sit there and like, man, I wish somebody could show me how to do it. Yep. Hisandhermoneypro.com. You're without excuse. We're not gonna like pump it up, prime it up. We're not gonna have them cheerleader pom poms. We just telling you we available at hisandhermoneypro.com, and it's affordable. You spend more than that on Starbucks this month than you would have to give to us. You talking about this month
in one day?
In one day.
One day.
But all we saying is get you some books, get you some courses.
I gotta tell this story, y'all.
Okay,
so we went to one of our local Starbucks. Well, this was a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. Y'all, I was shamed. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, if like we're working, Tyler to go and get Starbucks or not bring it. So this time I'm in the car with him, and all he did was say hello. They said, "How can I help you?" He was like, "Hello."
With a mask on.
And I think you might have said maybe one of the drinks. And I'm telling y'all, that woman Finished the entire order.
Whole thing.
I mean, talking about light ice and everything.
I mean, all the specificities.
You and I looked at each other.
Like,
we looked at each other.
We up in here too much. We up in here too much.
We looked at each other.
I don't know them, but they know me.
I looked at you. I was like, wait, what? I said, now that ain't a sign. We rolled up to that window, y'all. I was almost shamed. She was so happy to see us. She said, oh, don't feel bad. She was like, we have this couple. They come twice a day, in the morning and at night. I was like, well, dang, we ain't that bad. How many of y'all measure yourself by other people?
Nariba says she at Starbucks now.
See, come on. What you getting? That Megan Dragon Fruit Refresher.
I like the strawberry acai.
Okay. And I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't drink coffee. But I'm like, man, they show me how to get you, boy. Them refreshers with lemonade.
How did we get here?
But
we talking about millionaires.
But I was saying when she had told us,
I'm just joking.
There's this couple. They come twice. They were like, oh, well, we ain't that bad. We ain't that bad.
They're a little bit worse than us.
But then it made me think, how many of you all measure yourself by other people and say, oh, I got that, but I ain't got that much, or oh, well, they're worse than I am, so we doing good. Like, no, like there's always room for correction. There's always room for improvement, right? And to get better. That's so important. I don't know how we got on that Starbucks.
But we do own shares of Starbucks.
Hello.
Huh?
And we gonna consume it.
We supporting ourselves. We supporting ourselves.
And we say that sometimes. We're like, look, if we consuming this stuff, we gotta own it.
We do own shares of Starbucks, by the way.
But I don't remember why we got on Starbucks.
Because I was saying that our education is more affordable.
Oh yeah, you said in a month, and I said no, Starbucks in a day.
Hisandhermoneypro.com.
Hisandhermoneypro.com.
Y'all can holler at us over there, man. That's how we got to Starbucks.
Because you said a month. I was like, no, some folks spend that in a day.
It is.
That's how we got to the story.
All right, so we are now on step number 6.
Execute upon the knowledge you obtain.
So don't just
consume
a consumer.
It. Apply it.
You don't win by just watching our videos. You don't win by just listening to our podcasts. You have to take the information that we give you and then go do it.
Yes.
Go do it.
Come on.
Even these steps we giving you, you got to go. If this video ends, you're like, man, that was good. Woo! Yep. I love me some talent time. Listen, we love you back.
Yep.
But the reason we did this video is so that you can go execute.
Yep. What brings us joy is people that actually reach out to and say, Ty and Talent, I applied this, and that, and this is where it got me. We're like, oh my gosh. It's so freeing. It's so liberating, and it brings us so much joy. We rather you apply what we've taught you than just to keep consuming it, right? It's not going to get you anywhere if you're not applying what you learn.
You have to execute. Please, everybody put execute in the comments. The ones that's really going to take these 7 steps and go do it and change their life, say execute, execute, execute.
Yeah.
Please don't just consume. You will not win by just consuming. You have to consume. That is one of the steps. But then you have to take what you consume and execute upon the information.
Yes, I love that. I love you all's comments.
Last step. Here we go. Get your questions ready. We'll do a couple questions afterwards.
Okay, we'll do a couple.
And then we out of here. Here is the last step. It's important. It's important. You have to develop strong tunnel vision.
Oh my gosh.
You have to develop strong tunnel vision.
That's so true.
Because the distractions will come.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes the distraction is people that you kick it with, you grew up with.
Yep.
Sometimes the distraction is people that share your DNA.
Yep.
Sometimes the distraction is the cares of life. Sometimes the distraction is the opinion of people who ain't got no money telling you how to take care of yours. Mm-hmm. You have to develop.
Sometimes it's distractions of TV, advertising, marketing, all of that stuff. You're going to have tunnel vision, you guys. People are going to say that you changed, and tell them yes. And tell them I like to say, well, they're correct. we did change. And sometimes people think that it's a negative thing. Oh, they changed since they got this.
Yes, you are correct. Great observation.
Change is good.
Great observation.
Change is good. And sometimes with change, you're going to have to leave people. You're going to have to leave ideas, right? Beliefs and things like that. So change is not a bad thing. So when you have tunnel vision, you're going to have to literally put on blockers and block out everybody. Y'all, we could tell you all some of the things that we've had to endure on this journey. Some of it hurts. Some of it was very painful, but we had to have tunnel vision. We had to know where we stood, and we had to know where we were going, and stand on that. That's so important. Don't allow anybody else to cause you to diminish what God has placed in you and what he's called you to do.
Yeah, somebody had asked that question early in the broadcast. They said, how did you guys stay focused and disciplined while you were paying off your house? Tunnel vision.
Yep. Tunnel vision.
Now, does that mean that we didn't feel it? Does that mean we didn't hear what they were saying? We didn't see what they were saying? We did.
Yep.
But we had to get back in alignment, refocus, recalibrate. That's why we told you to write the vision down. That's why we told you to write the goals down, because sometimes you get hit with those blows and it sting a little bit. You know what I mean? But if you have something to look at and help you to get back on, it'll help you to get back that much quicker.
You guys, if somebody said tunnel vision does hurt. It does. It's painful. But what's good is make sure that you have somebody in your corner that understands.
Yeah.
So if you are not married, you definitely need to have an accountability partner. If you're married, your accountability partner should be your spouse. And so there was times where he had to rely on me and lean on me, and there were times I had to lean on him, right, to kind of put things in perspective. That's important, because people on the outside, they're going to say things, they're going to judge you, they're going to look at you, they're going to think that you think that you're all that. Y'all, if I could tell y'all some of the things that have been said, prideful, people will look at your success as it's pride, right? And that's real. That's real. You're going to have to say, no matter what, that the noise from the outside will not impact and affect what I'm doing here in the inside. Again, that's why we told y'all, McNeely Incorporated, that's who we are. If you're not a part of this tribe, you're not one of our 3 kids, you're not my husband, it doesn't matter what you think about me. It doesn't matter what you have to say about me, or it doesn't matter what you're saying to others, because I got tunnel vision. Mm-hmm. It matters to me what God thinks, right? Am I pleasing him? And am I honoring him? Am I putting him first, right? So that's what's important. That's where I get my value from. And it's not from, y'all can tell this is personal, because this is personal. And that's why we're sharing this with you all. Tunnel vision is going to have to be the main thing. No matter what, don't allow anybody to make you change who God has called you to be.
So you can type your questions. And as you type your questions, I got a question for everybody on this broadcast. Don't know how many people are here, but for you, the person watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching a replay. Hey, replay watchers, we appreciate you as well.
Type replay if you're watching a replay.
Here's my question. And if you have a question for us.
That was hitting some folks, huh? Mm-hmm. That tunnel vision.
If you have a question, type it in the comments. We only got a few more minutes, so type it quick. I got a question for everybody on the broadcast. Aren't you worthy of wealth? Aren't you worthy of wealth? Think about that for a second. Do you even think that you're worthy of it? Do you even think that you, Mr. or Mrs. Watcher, viewer, that you're worth it? You're worthy. You are worthy of it. Here's why. Because God left his throne.
Come on.
Wrapped himself up in flesh. Came, lived a blameless life, got up on the cross, died for your sins.
Yeah.
He did that so that you could have the possibility of surrendering your life to him forever, so that you can live in eternity as well. But, you know, when he taught us how to pray, one of the things he said was, on earth as it is in heaven. And so there's a life on this earth that you're supposed to live. He came and did all that for your eternal salvation, yes, but also for the life that you're supposed to live on this earth. Does that mean that everybody, a Christian, is going to be? No. What I'm talking to you, though. Are you can only answer that. I can't answer it for you.
Yep.
Are you, in your mind, worthy of wealth?
Yep. That's so good. I see y'all's comments. Woo. Y'all really love it. I love that. Somebody said that it's lonely when you have tunnel vision. It's lonely in the middle. It is. It's
a good question, right?
You know, it is, but at the same time, it's not. You know, you may not have a lot of people on the journey that you're on. That's why you need to find communities of people, like-minded people that are. You know, His or Her Money Pro is one. Where everybody in there are like-minded. They're on the same, they have the same mind, right? They may have different goals per se and where they're headed and different amounts and things like that, but they're like-minded. So make sure that you come around people, equip yourself with people that think just like you. That's going to be important. Community is going to be important.
The question is there an age that's too late to start wealth building? I'm almost 50. Please advise. The answer is yes. Yes, there is an age. The day after you take your last breath. Mm-hmm. Whatever age that is, it's too late. If you're here, you're breathing.
So true.
It's not too late. We said that earlier. The old saying is the best time to invest was 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. The second best time is today.
Yeah.
Right? You can invest in yourself through education. Again,
It's not too late.
There's so much to it. You can go to His and Her Money Pro. You can roll with us. We can help you on the journey. We would need to know more about what you're currently going through. But is it too late?
No,
not right now.
I was having this conversation with my parents weeks ago, and I'm like, I think sometimes when you get older, you do think sometimes that it's too late because you see the younger generation and you just see them really thriving and flourishing. But there's an audience of people that the millennials or that the young generation, they can't reach, but you can, right? So I'm speaking of maybe if you're thinking about business as a wealth building strategy, maybe you're like, is it too late to put myself out there? Or even investing. And you can invest various ways, whether it's the stock market, whether it's real estate, we did an episode on our show, the His and Her Money Show, of a couple that started late. I think they were probably in their 50s.
Yep.
So if you go to our website, money.com, and you put in the search bar,
put late,
yeah, and you'll probably see it. It's a couple who started late, but man, have they made some strides, boy. Mm-hmm. Woo! So no, it's not. You just have to get started and do it today.
No more putting it off.
Yep, no more putting it off.
Next question from Debt Free Dad. What's up? Hey. How do you deal with budget burnout? We go hard for 4 months or so and have a month we were just like, man, I'm tired of this budget. That's real. Listen. That's real.
Real.
Okay? We ain't here to sugarcoat it.
No, it's real. So for us, when we were in the midst of paying off our mortgage, we had to incorporate benchmarks when we celebrated because we were getting burnt out. So for us, the benchmark was for every $10,000 that we applied towards our mortgage to pay it off, we were going to celebrate. And so for us, we live in Chicago. Our downtown area is fabulous.
It ain't no other downtown.
It's amazing.
Like it.
It's not. We compare everywhere we go to downtown Chicago, and it's amazing. We'll go downtown. We'll stay in a nice hotel, go to a nice steak restaurant, and just feel good for a day. And it's like, okay, come on, let's get back to it. So we had to incorporate different celebrations, whether it be vacations or it may not have to be that lavish of doing things like that. It can be something like, okay, when I hit this mark, I'm going to buy this for myself. Maybe an Apple Watch or something. I don't know, whatever it is that you guys put in place. For us, we like experiences. For us, it's not necessarily material things. We like more experiences. And so that's what we had to do. Trust me, we've encountered it. You guys are going to see in November, we have a mortgage update of like what's been going on since we paid off our mortgage. And that was one of the things that we talked about, how after we were done, we were so burnt out that it took us a good little while before we kind of like, okay, let's recalibrate here. Where are we going? What we doing here? Okay. Because sometimes when you just have that tunnel vision and you're focused, it's more easier, honestly, to become more lax than it is to really stay on the journey. How many of you guys get on a diet plan and you're like, man, it takes that one cheat meal that can literally throw everything off. You could be doing good for 4 weeks. You have a cheat meal and you like the next day, let me do it again. The next day, oh, another cheat meal. And before you know it, it's done, right? And so that's why it's so important that you don't allow yourself to relax too long because you don't want to stay there.
I see a lot of people over 50 comment. Listen, it ain't too late. A lot of y'all saying, is it too? No, it's not too late. 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 Debt Free Dad, I'll add on to what my wife said. You need to make sure that you are budgeting for fun.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to make sure that everything in the budget ain't just to just focus on to get out of debt, to get out of debt, but you need to put some date nights in there. That could be a red box. Okay. That could be a movie situation. That could be a fancy dinner, one fancy dinner a month. You need to make sure that part of your line items in there is some things that y'all like to do so that everything about the grind isn't just the grind.
And that's why I think a lot of people don't get out of debt or they don't even start because they think that they're going to have to give up everything. And it's not true. You don't have to give up everything. You don't have to give up the things that you enjoy doing. You do need to make some sacrifices. You do probably need to tell yourself no, more than you are, but you can still incorporate some of the things that you enjoy doing while you're getting out of debt. I don't think there was a vacation that we didn't say no, that we weren't going on because we were getting out of debt.
We had to plan for it ahead of time.
Yeah, we just had to plan. Yep.
Yeah, man. Somebody said something. All right, man. So
it was going fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These comments are going crazy. So yeah, man. I don't know. We might have missed some questions. Sorry, but the thing is scrolling super fast. So you can try and type it again if you want to try one more time. But it's important. Let's do a recap of the 7 steps. Okay. This broadcast, for those of you all who are jumping on later, is called the 7 steps that you need to take in order to create $1 million Millionaire Mindset. Step number 1 was to believe that you can be a millionaire. Step number 2 was to create a vision for what you want to have. Then step number 3 was to have a clear understanding of where you currently are now financially. Number 4 was to then develop goals, because those goals are the blueprint to get you from where you are right now to where you want to be in your vision. And then step number 5 is to dedicate yourself to self-education. Step number 6, execute upon the knowledge that you learn. Don't just consume the education, but take the education and execute what you learn. Then the final step, step 7, was to develop tunnel vision, because once you start on this journey, distractions are on their way as well. And you need to make sure that you have tunnel vision to block it out.
So good. I just want to congratulate George. He said, my wife and I are in total agreement. We hold each other accountable for our 36th anniversary.
Come on, everybody shout out the Barbers for 36 years of marriage. Let's celebrate them.
We drove to Orlando to save money. I'm 61 and the house will be paid off next year. Come on. We can do it, anyone can. Yes!
Let's go.
I love that, George. Congratulations. And it's funny because we put a meme out on our Instagram.
Thank you, Deborah, for the $10 super chat. We appreciate it. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. Every dollar, every cent that you guys pour into this brand, guys, goes right back to you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But we put a meme out on social media that went crazy about
go to our Instagram. My handle is @hisandhermoney. Follow us there.
Saying that paying off your home is bad. And then there was a picture of Steve Harvey standing in his home, and it was saying, what was it?
Me standing in my paid off house.
Right. You're going to have people that's going to say that it's dumb, it's stupid, but it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, the feeling for us is priceless. And I don't believe there's anybody that you talk to that lives in a paid off home that regrets it whatsoever. One of our main goals was, because we knew that we were going to be working full time in our own company. So we wanted to be able to limit extra money going out of the household and kind of want to conserve some of our money. So it was part of our retirement plan. And for us, it was the best choice that we've ever made. To somebody else, it might be dumb. Like, you could take your principal. Sure, you could take your additional funds and apply it and put it into the stock market if you want to. For us, we wanted to be able to put it into something that we knew was semi-guaranteed. And boy, are we thankful that we did that. So congrats
to the Barbers. Great example. Somebody said, this will be the last one, we can get out of here. How can I involve my 6-year-olds in this process?
Yes.
Talk to them at their level. You already know how to talk to them. Nobody know them like you. Nobody know them like mama know them, right? And so you know how to talk to them, and you can be honest at a level that they can handle it. When we were paying off our house, our kids were very small. And so we told them that, hey, we're not going to be able to do everything. We're going to be able to do some things, right? But again, we budget for stuff ahead of time because we didn't want this journey. The journey was going to be tough regardless. We didn't want it to be tough and miserable for us or for them. And so we said that, everything won't be happening. Everything won't be getting bought. And this is why. This is why we're thinking about your future. I know some of this will be lofty for you at 6 years old, but trust me, the reason we're making some of these changes is so that we'll get to the point to where when it's time to buy this game or that toy, it'll be no big deal because we paid the price now to be able to do what we want on the back end.
So hide it from our children. And some people think that they should hide it from their child because they're like, they don't need the added stress. Of course, be wise.
At their age level.
At their age level, right? But to us, it was important that we didn't sugarcoat anything for our children. Some parents sugarcoat so much that they're living really a lie to their child. And your children probably think that you have it all figured out when really you don't. Like, children are not looking for perfect parents. They're looking for submitted parents, honest parents, right? And so for us, it was important that we were honest with them. We told them why we were doing it, and we also showed them how they can join in. And one of the biggest things that we did for them, we took them to Disney World after we paid off our mortgage. That was like the big trip that we did. And now we're showing them how to start businesses. We're showing them how to invest in the stock market. So we're still having these conversations with them. And they're subscribed to the His and Her Money channel.
They be watching our videos.
Yeah, they be watching our videos too. I want to say congrats. Lori said no regrets of paying off her home. She's grateful every day. I'm telling you, you talk to anybody that has to pay off
and about to be retired in 6 months.
Hello, I'm sure that makes the retirement even more sweeter. It feels so good. Congratulations. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Love that. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. this live that we brought to you guys. If you're watching the replay, type replay. We still love to see replay.
We just gave them 50 minutes, baby. Hardcore.
Right. Hey, if y'all want to see more of this, go to hisorhermoneypro.com. We would love for you to join our private community to learn. Oh, yeah.
All right. That's all we got for this time, guys. Until next time.
See y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.